You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Trinidad, to leave here, boy, you must be mad. This is the land of milk and honey, rum and coke and easy money. While those verses we were singing, alarm bells kept on ringing. Pundits on each pulpit saying, our heart and our soul decaying. Suddenly we wake up to a living nightmare, not bliss while editorials ask, how did we ever come to this? But so long we hear it, you got to stand up and be counted. For daily we're intimidated. Every day our next to witness silence while we recoil from the violence. In our land there is a crisis, broke police, unruly ISIS, while sweet revenge gangs exacting. Police commissioners still acting Trinbago. It's high time we separate the goat from the sheep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap, while them police busy playing hide and seek. We're facing the world when we had to reap. Hey, oh yeah, save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, oh yeah. In our schools, kids getting on, we're fighting, making porn. Our school girls, you won't believe, live MMA, they're pulling weave. Check the vibes, they're living by. Dance all slackness, get rich or die. Alkaline to Movado, mention maestro, they don't know. No morals, no ethics, there is a centrifugal black hole. Lord, we must move quick to wake their conscience and save their soul. So long we've been hearing evil triumphs when good men do nothing. No triggers pump while words be frothin', and while church attendance real low. Protest back plus them casino, while black market prices haggling. Through our ports, big guns they smuggling. Spanish women are hot like their music. Saucy salsa, human traffic, Trinbago. We can't wait. The devil making hay while we sleep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap, while we look on them as more mothers who weep. We're facing the world when we had to reap. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Now the nation's soul has been revealed. How they find Shannon Banfield, busy street, yes, in our city. Killed by beasts who show no pity. Now there's fear and trepidation. What is happening to our nation? So I pray this one infraction will propel us into action. Trinbago, the time is now. We have to take our country back while these monsters flow. We cannot run from their attack. That is why I'm still saying, time to stand up and be counted. Our young girls, they're being hunted, not for jobs by institutions, but by clubs for prostitution. While from you gas, some arranging on the seas, cargo exchange.
say you get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. I say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it can how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, but black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, but black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, but black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. I say we get up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up. Make up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming.
Nothing must stop you, yes. When God bless a man, Satan may attack you, yes. When God bless a man, must stand, he must stand AI. Who God bless, none can curse. His divine favor man can reverse. Can reverse. Even if they do their worst, when God bless a man, nothing must stop you. Yes, when God bless a man, Satan may attack you. Yes, when God bless a man, he's gonna back you. Yes, when God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand, I say. If you answer his call, he will lift you up. If you fall, if you fall, just give him your all, When God bless a man, should be nobody, nothing must stop you, my friend. When God bless a man, Satan may attack you. Yes, when God bless a man, he's gonna back you. Yes, when God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand, I say. Yeah. from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate.
for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, in the village, we originate, we don't imitate. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear, you have a mauve t-shirt, a salmon t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt. Any color t-shirt you wear, you're welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. It also doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatanians, Xenoranians, Venerians, Sonaranians. We welcome each and everyone in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me say welcome to no other than 1/3 of the DAT Triplets, no other than Thomas E. Marshall from Sally Bay in Toco, on your way to Port of Spain, passing the Beetham before you get to Port of Spain, no other than Thomas E., the Commissioner of Newark, Marshall Nisbet, boy.
Happy to be in the village this evening, as always. Hoping to have a real good time with each and every one. How are you doing today, Wall Street?
Today's a fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, trumandiferous, splentastic, splentacular day, Tony.
Okay.
Well, I would tell you. Tommy, I see the bandage off your hand. That is a good thing.
Yeah, they told me keep it on for 4 days.
All right. Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Improvements are always good.
Yeah.
Let me say a special welcome to no other than the other 1/3 of the DAT Triplets. No other than Stormy, the Storm, the Bajan, the Trinbagojan, the poetess, the poetress, the motivational speaker from Tonapuna, next to St. Augustine, on your way to Barataria, just before Aranguez, or from close to St. Catherine's in Barbados, no other than Diana Waveney Benskin, Stormy the Storm McDonald, boy.
Oh Lord, you're not easy, you know. Hold on. Oh, okay. Anyway, where you from? Through Macac, that close to Monkey Bottom, that going through Snake Valley, that going around Never Dirty, that come around Morva Hill, that come up through Laventil on your way to Tranquility?
No. You're mixing it. You're getting it twisted. You're getting it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
All right.
You gotta start at Port of Spain. Right?
I just started, huh?
Port of Spain. Past
Where is-
Beetham. When you pass CGA, Citrus Growers Association, on your way past Prisca Line, past Islander Steel Orchestra, one of the first orchestra in the country, with a Chinese band coming through Thomasine Street, going to Passy Street, and then on your way up to Chumaka Lavender.
Now you have it. You think I have it twisted? You have it demented, because I don't know how St. Catherine's get close to St. Augustine. How you just do that, Tommy? Huh?
That's a little bit too high for my head.
Yeah. How you just do that? How you just get from St. Catherine's to Tunapuna, St. Augustine? I mean, come on, answer the logistics. Not possible, man. Not possible.
Maybe Scotty had to beam you up.
Yeah, Scotty had to beam me up.
Yeah, I had to beam you up. I had to make sure you have all the places correctly, because I mean, you could go from one place to the next. You know what I mean? You know what
Anyway, you guys, I'm here fighting I have body aches and fever and all kind of things. Drinking all kind of lemongrass and you name it. Fighting.
Any of it working? Any of it working?
It sends you to the bathroom a lot. You know, all the teas are drinking.
Some
you know.
Vovine. You gotta get Vovine. You know what Vovine is?
Man, the thing is kicking my behind is the body aches. I feel real achy and tired, you know?
And so what is Vervine good for?
Vervine is used in my day. Vervine was used. I know they used for breastfeeding women to bring more milk.
Right.
I don't know. I up in Chumaka, and Snake Valley. Vervine was a normal. Oh, you mean Vervine was tea? When you hear grandmother and mother say, go out and get some Vervine bush. You go and pick Vervine bush, or you get some stinger nettle, and you go to go.
Answer them. Nobody drinks stinger nettle. Come on.
That's for prostate problems.
Stinger nettle.
Wrong with Sheba, you thought.
Stinger nettle is good for prostate problems.
Wait, the stinger nettle is the one that does itch your skin?
Correct is right.
I ain't drinking no stinger nettle.
When you come from Barbados, there's a shortage of certain things in Barbados that you guys never had.
Ain't got no shortage of nothing in Barbados. Watch yourself. I know when I was younger, they used to make me drink Mary, close the door. You know that bush when you touch it close up.
What's the real name of that?
I don't know. I have a long, funny Latin name. You think I can remember them? I know it as Mary, close the door.
What's the name of that, Tommy?
I'm trying to remember. I know it has a name.
It has a plant name, yeah, but I know Mary. Well, you know it has. They'll tell you to go out and find the plant by name, or they're going to tell you, Mary, close the door.
What's the name of that again? Wait.
Anybody in the chat know Mary, close the plant name for Mary, close the door?
up in Chumaka Clavel, we had one called Jane, open the door.
Oh, Jesus, look.
Oh, Lord.
And Slim, Margot, the plant name, Mary, close the door. Somebody.
Jane.
No, Slim, there was this thing that they give. Huh?
There's a Jane open the door.
Timawe.
Who?
Timawe.
Timawe?
Timawe is the name of it, I think.
I don't know it has no Timawe. I know it has Mary, close the door.
Yeah, Mary, close the door, but the real name for it is Timawe, if I am mistaken.
If you just send me outside for Steamaway, I wouldn't know what Steamaway is.
That's steam. Timawe.
I wouldn't know what Timawe. I know Mary, close the door. And it grew in a clump. See, Trinidad and Margot agree with me. Mary, close the door.
Yeah, but that's the colloquial, or should I say the local name? But I think the name of it is Timawe.
Yeah.
I didn't know about no team away. I know Mary closed door. And that
Yeah,
was good for
my very close because you touch it and it closes up. And it closes up.
Yeah, I want to open it for Jane open the door.
Ain't no answer. Make on a Jane open the door. Yeah, that probably up in through my cock, but not.
But you tell me what they used to call it up in Lavantil?
It didn't have no Jane closing the door, open the door.
It used to be Mary closed the door, and then Jane opened the door. Because when Mary closed it, we used to
So
say
you used to get it to open up, answer?
Yeah, we used to get it open.
I used to get it open, answer.
What do you mean?
You just have to wait and it would open up by itself.
You gotta wait.
No. We used to get it open.
How you used to get it open, answer? Let me hear.
Whoa, you know.
Chewbacca.
Is it trying to cut it down?
Yeah, when you pass, when you see that close and you pass next day, and they know you're from Chumaka, they open up one time. They waste no time.
Oh Lord.
You tell them, listen, I'm from Chumaka, and they.
I say you threaten to cut it down and they say get scared.
Nah. They used to open. No problem.
The poor plant know it was up in Chumaka, so he say, no, let me just open up here before they dig me out the ground.
We didn't have to wait for it to. Of course, first in the village was no other than Nadia. Nadia says good night, everyone. Nadia in a better mood tonight. Tonight she gave me some nice blue emojis. Nadia the emojis. And Chris tonight told me good night.
Good night, Nadia.
Diana Benskin continue to get red emojis. Yeah, loving heart. Yeah.
I see Hailey coming. What tax?
Yeah. I don't know, he come. Nadia lick up the whole thing, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Hailey get closer to the top today, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Hailey, boy, you're inside, boy. What tax? You're inside.
Let the fella with the name I don't like. He say he come in and say, Mary, shut the door. Small, prickly, look like a small fern. That's right, but the name I don't like.
Who's that? Rennie?
No.
Richard Rabu?
No.
All right.
I ain't calling it. I don't like that name.
Right. Oh, Eugene Julian.
Oh,
you don't like Eugene? Is Eugene
I said the name.
I didn't watch it.
The name. I don't like the name.
But I say I picking somebody Eugene Julian. I just pick
no, not that one. As you go down the list. Ajud. No.
Yeah, we go get it. Oh, you know who? I know. Albert. It's Albert.
No, that's my buddy. No. I ain't say I like the person now. I don't like the name.
But I thought you tell me, Yen. I thought you had a side with Albert. I thought we had a sidebar with you and I and Albert.
A sidebar with me? I ain't no sidebar with nobody, yeah? Okay. I don't sidebar with nothing.
You know, what is this here? How does this happen? Blessings and some buffering face, red heart shape. What is that?
I don't know.
What is that?
No, she was sending emojis and she hit, but it didn't translate it. I don't know.
Oh, all right. Buffering.
Oh, she ain't pay your phone bill, so they ain't sending the right thing. Lana.
Oh yeah, because look. Lana phone, boy. I think
Lana.
I think the UNC bug Lana phone.
Oh gosh. Why it can't be Rowley?
No, because everything is the PNM. Everything is PNM. So you had to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
Every time it's PNM. You know what I mean? Judy, welcome. Oh, Judy. Oh, wow. Judy tonight, boy. Red heart, yellow, a kind of purple thing there, and Judy, boy, Judy.
I wish she gave me sorrel to drink.
Yeah, Judy in a real good mood tonight, boy. Judy, you're inside, live on the wreck, boy. Oh, Judy said, Hailey, how you doing, love? And two universal blessings. Judy, be careful when you tell that to Hailey, because you gotta be very careful. With Eileen, you have to be careful. Special evening at some Diana Tommy. Welcome to another blessed evening. Thanks and praises.
What number was Hailey today?
Second. Second, he rising up, boy. He rising. He like flower out east. He rising.
You see, one person. Go ahead.
Florida's rising out east.
Self-rising flour. Yeah.
That's self-rising flour now.
And they have baking powder and baking soda. Yeah, they always had self. Only because you just dabble with a sweet bread the other day, you really don't know your way in the kitchen.
No. You're getting it distorted.
I ain't getting nothing distorted. You don't know the self-raising flour. You know how long they had self-raising flour?
You are either disenchanted.
Since Methuselah was a boy.
You are either being disenchanted or you're getting disoriented or you're being
I ain't disoriented at all. They had that since Methuselah was a boy, they had self-raising flour. And if you would dabble in the kitchen more, you would know that. But you make your little spotty sweet bread the other day and you feel you know the kitchen. Huh?
Well,
you use flour and you ain't even know this rising flour. Oh.
I can't bail you out on this one at all.
But for me, let me say this. All in all, I'm very honest. Of all my years in Schumacher Claventil, we couldn't afford no self-rising flour. So me know about no self-rising flour. The only flour that will rise is when you put yeast in it, and then it go rise.
What flour you used to use?
Long ago, you didn't have self-rising flour, you know.
But I was saying, and I don't self-rising flour.
Instead of 5 roses, you used to use 10 roses.
No. You're being very generous. We used to use 1.5 roses. Couldn't afford the whole 5. We never. What's the other flour in Trinidad? 5 roses. What's the other flour?
Pillsbury.
Not Pillsbury, Ibis.
What? We didn't have Pillsbury long time?
No, we had Ibis and 5 roses. I know about 5 roses, all that, but then Ibis came around.
I don't know why I thought it had Pillsbury. I don't know.
Because you two was not in the kitchen. You're the next ones that walk past the kitchen door.
Guess what? As a firstborn, when your parents left you to go abroad for a few years, you had to do everything.
Tommy, correct is right.
I'm firstborn, so I know. Yeah. And you lucky, they're lucky to get you to do something. The boys after me ain't do nothing.
But listen, when my mother left to come away, there was 4 of us. 4 boys, that do everything. We had to cook, we had to clean out, we had to go in the market, we had to go in the grocery, we had to do everything.
Hailey said, answer my he sour bread. He used non-rising flour.
I live fast and out of place. My sweet bread raised. When I put the sweet bread in the oven, the sweet bread just do so. The sweet bread just make a little dance and it's raised, it gone up raised.
Oh Lord Father.
I put like a teaspoonful of yeast.
All of yeast in that 1 pound of bread?
A teaspoon.
Oh my God.
That's why yours fall down.
Mine don't fall down. Nothing I ever bake fall down yet. So don't go there.
No, it didn't raise. It just fall down.
Nothing I come from a family of bakers. Nothing I bake falls down. Watch yourself. Go to Canada and in LaSalle, Quebec, and ask for the baker in LaSalle, and he'll tell you Byron Benskin. He learned it from his mother, and I learned to bake from his mother. So don't go there.
Trinidad Margot, good night. Albert Montano, good evening, and Sam, Diana, and Tommy.
Good evening, friends.
Hey, you know something? I gotta watch this. Maybe there's some spam in here, because Albert Montano put up a emoji. Orange biting nails. Good evening, Nadia. So, Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Albert for the first time tried to put up an emoji, but he realized that Albert tried to put up an emoji for the first time, and it said, face orange biting nails. So,
The fella, the fella with the name I don't like, he said the best bread is money.
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Correct is right. You see?
Dough.
Yeah. Trinidad Margot had it right, Mary. And we call
Right.
it Jane. Yeah,
Mary,
Jane.
Mary closing on a Jane, Jane. I don't know. You talking about Cushon Peng. You mixing up Cushon Peng. That what you doing?
No.
Okay, you know that's another
I,
name
I,
for Cushon Peng, Mary Jane.
yeah, well, that's what I tell you. We used to call it Mary, open the door. You understand? So, John Wayne,
I thought it was Jane opened the door.
well, after a while, we started changing it to Mary Jane.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So, John Wayne
Okay.
says, my name is John from small. They call me John Wayne. Wait now. You wasn't named after
Boo!
Movie
John
star.
Wayne is, yeah, what is it call him again, Tommy? The movie star, yeah. John Wayne was a very well known fella. But I hear they say John Wayne was known for some things that he wasn't too
He was a racist. Call it what it is.
oh, all right, I mean, yeah, I ain't get it out yet. Thank you very kindly.
Call it what it is. He was a racist.
I say all you hear Rowley comment about carnival and COVID. But mating and dating. But the man talking the truth. We talk about that. Mating and dating. John Wayne said, Tommy, like he flying first class there. Flying away, Tommy.
What did he say?
He looked like he's sitting down in a plane.
Like he flying first class there. Wait,
Oh, you watching this thing on my neck.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, all right, boy. Hey, John Wayne, boy, movie star John Wayne. John Wayne, where you from in Trinidad?
Boo!
What part of Trinidad and Tobago are you from? Good night, Eugene. Good night. The storm. Oh, they call it the storm boy. The storm boy.
Eugene, you better watch yourself. I'm not feeling too well. Watch yourself. Good.
Oh, Western. Yeah. John Wayne boy. Western. Yeah. Correct is right, boy. But Western. Did it have Eastern in the movies too?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, think about it. They only had Western. Did they have Eastern in the movies?
Where you at for dinner? Did you have dinner yet?
Yeah, this now. I just say
I find you kind of off,
I ain't gonna lie, boy. I make a rice and peas in and I put some
corn. Oh Lord. You put porn in it?
Corn. I put some.
Oh, I thought you said porn. Oh, it's like porn and rice and peas.
Yeah, it is organic black beans, right?
Oh Lord.
Organic corn and rice, right? And I put cayenne pepper in it, boy. Oh God. I put some cayenne pepper. I put some garlic. I put some cumin.
Oh God, all that too much of flavor for me, boy. You taste the rice and peas when you're done?
I put turmeric in it.
Oh jeez.
And I ain't gonna lie, boy. When I finish, I sit down, they told me, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Diana.
You put some coconut milk and onion and
Yeah, I put coconut milk too. I put organic coconut milk. I put some coconut
milk.
Wait.
What's this organic thing now? I mean, you grew all your life eating thing right from the ground, and then do you not know you gotta find organic thing? But
right from the ground is organic. Diana, right from the ground is organic?
Right from the ground. I thought they said have pesticide on it.
No.
All it confusing me now.
No, organic. You gotta be listen. Even organic have pesticides in it, but you try your best to, because they have GMO, They have organic and there's mixed up with organic and GMO and non-GMO and all kind of thing,
And so I'm gonna tell you something. When I was small, I had to milk cows. Sometimes I would squirt milk directly from the cow's udder to my mouth. Ain't do me nothing. Now it's all sort of free lactose and lactate free, and I cannot drink. I can't drink regular milk. It gives me diarrhea. I gotta,
I
you
know
know.
you're scared.
I
You're
got
scaring me.
intolerance also.
Hey,
What do you
Tommy,
mean I scaring you?
I know you mean you hold that thing and you go close to that. That's good.
No. I had to milk the cow, Aunt Slim. And I would you can hold it and point it in your direction, open your mouth, and I squirt some milk in my mouth. I
But
ain't
you
do me
gotta,
nothing.
but you gotta get close there to put it in your mouth.
No, you don't have to, Aunt
If you miss
Slim.
it, might go in your eye.
You know, well, because you don't know how to milk cow. That's what you don't know.
No, I ain't grow up mixing. I ain't grow up milking cow.
God, well, I know how to milk a cow. Good.
John Wayne say I from Gasparillo and some I mix, so I not like the real John Wayne.
And he
Okay.
say he legs bow. Oh
But
dear.
he play football. He play football. Anytime your legs bow in Trinidad, you have to play football, right? Yeah. So I at least say corn in the rice and peas and some. That is a Chumakak style. Well, for me, then
Oi.
I don't know about putting corn in rice and peas.
It already have peas in there. I don't know about corn and rice and peas. I don't know what you was making, so I don't know.
That's an Slim special.
Tommy, correct is right. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
And what? Turmeric and all. Were you making curry rice? Was it curry? I mean, go. I'm slow.
Cumin,
Yeah, that curry you
cayenne
make
pepper,
it.
cayenne pepper, right? Boy, boy, I ain't gonna lie, but the thing tastes so good, eh?
Mm.
No,
Yeah, I handle my stories too today. It tastes really good too.
boy, Tommy, boy, I sit down there, boy, and I ain't lying, boy. And then, here what I do, I had an organic avocado. You know them little one?
Yeah.
I cut the whole one, I cut it up in pieces, but I put it over the rice, boy, and I like myself too bad. And I vex it. I go in the fridge to look for my Moby. My Moby gone. You know what I mean? I had a question to drink my Moby, You know, but you know one thing in the fridge is communal property.
Vaslam, you learned to cook as a big man?
Yeah, I learned to cook as no.
Yeah, I was about.
No, I used to cook in Trinidad, but I stopped cooking for a while.
You used to cook. We used to cook in Trinidad. Corned beef and rice.
What's wrong with you? You forget this 4 of us. No, bro, corned beef. You don't cook corn.
Yeah, that's what that you can cook. How you just boil an egg, Aunt Slim?
You don't cook corned beef.
Huh?
You don't cook corned beef. What corned beef you just cook? What's wrong with you?
Corned beef. You have to put the sweet pepper and the onions and thing in between the corned beef. You have to cook. You have to eat. Well, you just eat it out of the can, so?
No. I need corned beef for years. Dinah, I really want to know if you know anything about organic.
If I know about, yeah, I know about organic. Anything in there I see, I know.
Alright. So Albert says some people only know from Old St. Joseph Road to Rice Road. That must be not Trinidadians.
Wait, Hailey, you make curry goat and boil and fry cassava with mother-in-law, and I lick my plate. Where's mother-in-law now?
Mother-in-law is the mother-in-law? I mean, I just go
I thought mother-in-law is a meal.
No. Mother-in-law is a type of peppery combination.
Oh, okay. Well, you teach me something there.
I just got my mother-in-law. See that peppery combination?
Albert, answer me, making me say nothing I don't want to say. I don't pay answer no man.
Aslam, your mother-in-law is a German. Don't bad talk her.
Boy, yeah, but you know, my mother-in-law is no joke, you know. Boy, you know she in Trinidad now, yes? She has just pick up Jesso and go to the
right. She right. She can go on tour anytime she want to.
Yeah. John Wayne want to know if I ever eat organic chicken. It's only bone. Organic chicken.
Yes, it have organic chicken too.
No, chicken can't be. How it could be organic?
You check it. You just go to the grocery.
See, I tell you, he don't know he were on the kitchen.
In the grocery, they have chicken that is organic and non-organic. In the grocery.
Let me tell you something. Huh?
How is it organic?
Because
It's
it ain't going up on chemicals.
grass fed, whatever. Do you know I
People don't
found
feed
out the
grass.
other day, right? Do you know I found out the other day, salmon, that wild caught salmon, does have worms in it?
It's the worst
Oh,
thing.
Yeah. I was like,
It's the
what?
worst.
Ew. And they showed the worm, I'm like, oh God, with me eating no kind of salmon, never. I
I had
done.
I had wild caught salmon today.
I ain't eating that at all. You
Huh?
better watch it carefully. Mm-mm.
I bought it at Trader Joe's.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually was in Trader Joe's yesterday, and
So
I
was
went
I.
for pumpkin seeds. You know they out there pumpkin seeds, right? The
But you
people in
hear
the
the
seed
price
here.
of eggs going up here?
Keep going up.
Yeah, eggs going up. And that's something I like, boiled egg with a salad or boiled egg, just so, I would eat
I mean,
eggs instead of. Yeah, boy.
no long meat there. But
Egg,
Tommy,
they
you eat
did.
organic chicken.
Pardon me?
You ever eat organic chicken? I never eat organic chicken.
Of course, that's the only chicken I want. I
Oh,
don't
Maybe.
really,
John Wayne said
if I
the
take in
bone.
chicken too much. If I know it's organic, I'll take it.
Wait, organic chicken is the one with no hormone. Then I grew up eating organic chicken, the one right about in the yard.
Oh, but no,
Yeah.
no, no. But think about this. What about if the feed have chemicals in it? The growing
No,
mash.
we all,
Is it
the
tree
all thing.
growing mash?
Well, we used to get them scratch grain.
It's
Actually,
not growing mash.
non-organic chicken is 6 weeks chicken.
You mean
6
no,
weeks.
But
again? Oh,
that's
oh,
a Cornish game, yeah?
no, no, that the one that they pump
Huh?
the thing in for it to get all quick to satisfy the demand. But we grew up in the ducks running around in the yard, the chicken running around in the yard. Well, them used to handle the bigger animals, but I used to have to slaughter the chickens and the duck for the Sunday meal. And the duck
Yeah.
that picked me whole week, his tail was grasped on a Saturday.
So why the duck would pick
What?
you?
Because he had a bad attitude.
And why you?
Why he picked me? Sometimes I would go to play with the baby ducklings and
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
I would, the Drake one act stupid and so whoever picked me that week, that was the meal Saturday.
I see.
What is mother-in-law? What is
Look,
mother-in-law?
he say something mixed up with cucumber and all kind of things.
Yeah, it's a peppery mix-up. Cucumbers
Huh?
and seasonings with pepper.
You know,
Yeah,
how did you get the name mother-in-law?
I
That's
have
a
no
Trinidad
idea.
too.
Is that you know that
Yeah.
too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fowl and duck
Okay.
and thing. Them we grew up on them thing. We ain't grow when we get something from high low, you're feeling good. You think that tasting better than the one in the yard. But the pullets and the cocks and the ducks and the hens, them tasted better.
For me, and
Right?
then always to shop at Hilo. Always to shop at Hilo.
Yeah,
Long
occasionally.
Huh?
Occasionally.
Well, I used to pass by Hilo.
No, he used to shop at low high.
I couldn't be shop at low alone, not high. Yeah. Or go she was in Navantil boy. Joey Go Street.
we had JTA and Hilo.
Nah, I know. When I left Trinidad, I know about
You know
Hilo, but
You know where Guacara Park is? You know where Guacara Park is?
yeah.
The right across from it was Hilo.
There was one where
Nah.
Massey is in St. Augustine now. They had a high low there.
Yeah, listen. What the closest Hilo to Chumakak was where that was by
One in
Was
St.
he-
Augustine.
Diego Martin. Oh yeah, maybe in St. Augustine or Diego Martin. Yeah, it's Hilo.
Mm.
Oh, John Wayne said that them organic fowl had no hormones.
Right, that's the yard fowl. Yeah. And
Well,
let me tell you, when
yard
you
fowl is
stew, yeah, when you stew them, they taste good on Slim. Them
yeah.
chicken back, I don't know about the ones now, but I know the ones back in the day tasted really good.
Yard fowl will always be a special thing to eat.
Yeah. But I don't eat no iguana and all them kind of thing. Not me. I don't eat them things.
No, iguana is organic.
I don't eat no, well, all could eat that. I don't eat no iguana.
That is the best organic meat is deer meat.
Deer?
Deer,
Me eating that
deer don't eat
deer.
nothing but grass. Deer eat nothing but grass.
Venison.
My wife
Cow don't eat nothing but grass. Well, who else is eat grass?
could have
Goats.
fertilizer in it.
But you know what? An elephant and a turtle, them does eat grass and they. You see the size of an elephant and the size of them turtle and how long the turtle is live.
Yeah. So of course, folks, it's in the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. When we come back, we're gonna delve into some news. We see the Pioneer Commission of Inquiry is over with, and there's questions now if the government is going to release the report. We're going to look at that. We see something happen in Tobago with the THA chief. We're going to talk about that too. And then there's a report with respect to the THA chief as well, to the THA as well. We're going to delve into that. Stick and stay. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. It's Stormy, Diana, Axam, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey.
Come around with more than 1 or 2 votes. We need the kind of change that's affordable to the rich man or the man that's too broke. TNT, we need a new hope.
If you can look as far as I see, within this great land we call TNT, there's birds and bees, rivers and seas, pretty woman bringing man to their knees. Treasures of this blessed land we always neglect like ISO and pan. I find it so strange the way we arrange. Still this nation don't know how to change. To some change might just mean a new car, could mean less than $1. To most change have this nice scent we usually get from the government. You see, change is something we always say, but every time we change things remain the same way. Things keep getting worse and worse, so this is what I propose. Let's change the change for a better nation. Change the change for all foundations. Change the change so that we could say that this nation here came from quite down there. I say change the change within we school systems. Stop changing ministers and change what we teach them. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Murders, killings galore, So much gunmen fighting needless war. I can't tell you stay, can't tell you go, cause this still the land we used to know. Homeless, every corner you meet, and they complimented by our dirty streets. Then we wonder why in our sister isle, why they don't like Trinis to come and spend time. Well, you see, it's much more than paving a whole road, and it's greater than fixing a lamp pole. Change is about the whole nation and how we are portrayed when the party done. Who set these standards in my TNT? Really wish somebody here could tell me. It's just the same thing again and again, like we leaders don't use the brain. So change the change within our country. Change the change so the whole world could see. Change the change for a better future, so we don't have to depend on our next mayor. I say change the change within the society. Otherwise we have a bandit factory. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They're full of such greed. Oh, Father, I plead, please, Lord, have some mercy on the seas. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and comments. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, could put an end to all this foolishness and could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help our leaders to grow and start preparing youths for tomorrow. Don't see change as something timely and start seeing change as your duty. To stop them from hurting one day is we at a point way. So change the change for better transparency. Change the change for better economy. Change the change so no man one day will take we money and just fly away. I say for young Calypsonians and stop saying culture is in good hands. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. For those who don't know how to arrange or what I might mean by change the change, it means restructure what is regular so that we can have a different culture. From Kaiso, they get solutions, but still they treat us like the stupid ones. They neglecting we repeatedly, constantly insulting our country. But if we change, we'll understand to value each other, and change would mean there's a better future. I hope one day our leaders know through culture and media is how people grow. While they're fighting politically, wasting the nation's time and money, they're paying people for advisory, but like my own, it is for free. So change the change for the struggling pan man. Change the change for that old Kaisonian. Change the change for the elderly, so grandma and grandpa could die happy. I said change the change for all opposition, so next time they'll approve legislation. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
If you collect 100 black ants,
Change the change.
We're not hearing. Is everybody there?
Yes. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you not answering. I think he kicked himself out.
He's probably mute.
If you collect 100 black ants and 100 fire ants and put them in a jar, nothing will happen.
Anselm?
But if you take the jar, shake it violently, and leave it on a table, the ants will start killing each other. Red believes the black is the enemy, while black believes the red is the enemy, when the real enemy is the person who shook the jar. The same is true in society. Men versus women, black versus white, faith versus science, young versus old, etc. Before we fight each other, we must ask ourselves, who shook the jar? I'm Mark Twain, also known as Samuel Clemens.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. So, let's look at the Commission of Inquiry, which ended yesterday. And it appears that they are saying that there's blame to go on both sides of the political divide. I'm calling it political divide. So let's take a listen to, I guess, the summation with respect to the Commission of Inquiry. Take a listen.
Whatever our ultimate findings, it will not have been driven by rumour, superstition, or emotion. It will have been driven by the evidence that we have heard and read. We will not lose sight of the fact that Kazim Ali Jr., Rishi Nagasar, Youssef Henry, and Faisal Kurban lost their lives.
The Commission of Inquiry into the para-diving tragedy is expected to deliver its findings and recommendations to the government by April of this year, roughly 6 months after undertaking the task of evaluating and determining the circumstances leading to and surrounding the tragic deaths of the 4 LMCS divers.
We will continue to work hard to ensure that and produce a report which everyone can be proud by April of this year. It will, of course, be a matter for government to determine when it is made available to the public.
But the findings and recommendations of the Commission are not legally binding.
It is no part of our remit to recommend prosecution as such. What we can do is to identify the facts and recommend, for example, either the DPP or OSHA consider whether or not an offence has been disclosed. Yes. It is not part of our responsibility to say, LMCS are guilty of some crime or Parry are guilty of some breach of the Act.
But in consideration of the facts, counsel to the Commission, Senior Counsel Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj, posits the case is not clear-cut.
Failure, therefore, of both PARIA and LMCS to identify a Delta P hazard, in our view from the evidence, caused the accident in which these 5 divers were sucked into the pipeline. PARIA and LMCS were therefore jointly responsible for the accident and were therefore jointly responsible to make efforts to rescue the divers.
However, Chairman Lynch raised a point of contention.
The existing work permits never said anything about removing the plugs, and had LMCS workers adhered to that, this would not have happened.
But Senior Counsel Maharaj further noted that PARIA's representative was absent from the meeting that morning, prior to the commencement of works.
It means that for that meeting, PARIA did not discharge its duty to ensure that the work plan was discussed in accordance with the rules.
You mean the failure by LMCS to discuss the actual work to be done that day because it wasn't being monitored by anybody from PARIA? Both bear some responsibility.
It's a joint responsibility.
Senior Counsel Maharaj also contends that Paria had a duty of care to rescue the divers. But Chairman Lynch also questions this theory.
There is no obligation in law in this country and in many countries, in fact the majority of countries, to rescue anybody, is there? If a person is drowning in a pool and all you have to do is to reach out and pull them out of the pool, there is no obligation on you to do so. And a failure to do so is not an offence in crime, neither is it a civil wrong.
Regardless, Senior Counsel Maharaj notes that Section 86 of the OSH Act does provide for these types of situations.
The employer, occupier or owner shall, without prejudice to any other liability or right of action arising out of the death or critical injury or disease, be liable to a fine of $100,000 or an amount equivalent to 3 years' pay of that person, whichever is greater, and the whole or part of the fine may be applied for the benefit of the victim or his estate, or otherwise as the court may determine. What is our recommendation?
It's not very much.
No. So I think we should we have recommended that should be looked at.
Runasa Cutting, TV6 News.
So here is the question, though, right? What is the sense? You have a commission of inquiry, and when it's completed and the report is written, it is not released to the public, that the government has that decision whether it should be released to the public or not. What's the spender spending all this taxpayers' dollars on a commission of inquiry? Then after it's completed, the report is sealed by the government.
Yes, they're just wasting resources.
I mean, how could that make any sense? How could that make sense? I mean, I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. How could you have you have a commission of inquiry and taxpayers' money is being utilized, and when the report is completed, the government has the decision to not release it to the public.
They're not going to. I don't know. Can somebody enforce the Freedom of Information Act?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question, because when I listen to that and I hear that they're saying that there's nothing that they can do, it depends on the government, right? Before that inquiry started, there should have been a stipulation that once it's completed, if it goes to Parliament, the government must release it. The government must release it. So I don't know. I don't know.
No, but what was the cost of that inquiry? I'm sure it's in the I don't want to say tens, maybe about 100 million. You think it would have cost? If I'm exaggerating.
I'm sure, but I think it might cost maybe close to 30-40 million, I would think, because Ramesh isn't cheap. Ramesh is not cheap.
That's right.
Nelson is not cheap. The attorney, SC, is not cheap. Right? A lot of these guys are not cheap.
No, that money could have gone straight to the families.
Yeah. What I mean, and we have all these commission of inquiries, and when it's finished, you hear nothing of it after. It's just buried. You remember when they had the thing with the report, the Sabga report? Right? I mean, and the thing about it is that the population of Trinidad and Tobago, both sides of the political divide, should be marching down in Port of Spain, right? And demanding that the government release the report. Both sides of the political divide, no matter what side of the political divide you're on. Because this is about Trinidad and Tobago.
You see what they're all on the same page when it comes to these matters. How they can bleed the taxpayer purse as attorneys and just bamboozle and confuddle the population.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
That's right. It's too much corruption. Too much corruption makes the way easy for them to, do all what they're doing. And I'm I don't know.
You saw that instance where Ramadan is questioning one who's fronting as an attorney and is not an attorney.
Oh yeah. We had that.
Yeah.
Man lie. A man lie on the oath in Trinidad and Tobago, and that man just walk out of there like if nothing ever happened. He lie, and nothing happened. Nothing.
And the chairman is just giving him a chance to get away with it, trying to help him polish the lie.
Just correct it. Why don't you correct it?
Yeah, that's just what he said.
I mean, I'm at a loss.
You got to be at a loss for words when it comes to these situations, because we can't believe it. It's like it's really a banana republic.
But he gone scot-free. He gone like it's in nothing.
I'll tell you something. When we make these statements, it infuriates a lot of people on the ground in Trinidad, because they find we out of order and we shouldn't be looking down or talking down. But truth is truth. It's pure nonsense that's going on, and people are just taking it as if it's okay. And it is not okay to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. It's a lunacy.
No. Go ahead.
So the man, the Paria thing done, nobody's found. They don't know. They're not going to tell us what happened?
No, they write a report. They're going to write a report. And the report goes to the government. And the government decides whether they're going to release the report or not.
What do you mean the government decides whether they're going to release the report or not? What do you mean? Wait a minute. Let me take a breath here. Let me take my inhaler. You mean my husband, God, Diana, don't start up now. My husband dead inside Paria pipe. That's what you're telling me, right? My husband dead inside Paria pipe. And all your fancy inquiry gizmo. And nobody go tell me what's the outcome of the inquiry? All you mad?
Hey.
All you mad?
No, they're mad. That's what they're taking. So
well, no, that can't happen. That can't happen.
What can happen?
Nah. What? My husband dead inside your pipe.
Didn't you hear what he
said? And all they want to... Nah. Any pariah wives that listening, don't take that line down, because all the children, fathers were taken away, your providers were taken away, your brothers, your sisters, your brothers, your nephews, your cousins. Hey, what madness you telling me, Ansem, here now? Well, I just be calm till all trying to ram thing down my throat. Huh? I want to know what happened. I want to know what's the outcome. Don't tell me no foolishness. I want to know. Look, let me go put some Vicks on my nose here.
So Albert Montano says, change the PNM and the UNC and put 2 new parties. They cannot do any worse. Albert, how could that make any sense then? So you just, any other man just, I play the song, change, right? And you want to change just for changing sake. They can't do no worse.
So let me ask you something, Ansem. Is there on a... Go ahead.
I thought if we change, we change better. We changing because they cannot do any worse. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Tommy and Diana, help me here. Albert says, change the PNM and the UNC and put 2 new parties. They cannot do any worse. Right?
No, but the frustration is so deep and so much that you would feel as though these 2 parties are a joke. They're too waste of time. 2 waste of time.
But Tommy, don't we want better? Do we want change just to be changing it to get the same, right?
But Ans, if you take a chance with listen to me. If you have a car, right, and you're tired changing the give me an important part in the car, the steering wheel belt or something. You change steering wheel belt, the car still breaking down on you. You change.
No. You're taking it to one dealership time after time, and you're not getting the results you want. What you gonna do? Just keep going there?
Go and pay all this money. You change the car. You either get a new car, a different car, you change the same kind of. You change because you're tired of it broke down. You're fed up with the nonsense the car gave you, and that's what Trinidad is right now.
Diana. When the PNM in power, they want change to the UNC. When the UNC in power,
no, we don't want that. We are at a bridge now. We don't want each back and forth change. We want a total something new. Try something brand new. Tell for that now. Tired of that whole time flip flop.
All right. So we go change from the PNM and the UNC and go to PEP.
You don't know who they're gonna go to. You don't know.
No. We put in the parties that are.
You don't know.
On it. We go change from UNC or PNM and go to PDP.
You don't know.
We go change from UNC or PNM and go to NTA.
You don't know.
We go from PNM and UNC and go to what? The Trinidad and Tobago Transformational Party, whatever it is.
But Anselm.
Even just to send a message. You have to do something. You just can't sit on your hands and keep saying, well, what we gonna do? We gonna try the PNM this time.
Because you know what the UNC gives some people, and they know what the PNM giving. But you see this now, we can't do this again. We're tired of this. That is why it is necessary to change and wake up the UNC and PNM and tell them, go shoot, what we gotta do. You gotta get the PNM, whoever get in there have to act for the people, of the people, by the people, and stop lining the trough.
Okay. But who is the viable alternative?
I don't know, Anselm. Nobody knows. Until they get in there, nobody knows. You don't know what's in the heart of the citizenry in Trinidad and Tobago now. What we do know from, social media and stuff, they're fed up with the PNM. And they're not too sure about UNC because they don't act as a responsible opposition. Either their hands are tied or they don't want to.
What would make the difference in Trinidad and Tobago is to have some good objective media that drilling and grilling all the prospects instead of just going into the pocket of whomever.
The people hurting under the PNM. They're hurting. Answer if you deny that, then you deny your name is Anselm LeBon. There are a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago that are hurting. PNM, UNC, PEP, all kind of people. They're all hurting under this administration. Tell me that's a lie.
Diana, I am not going to disagree that there are many people who are hurting under the PNM. I'm never going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. All I'm asking the question is that, all right, let's say we want a change. We want a change. The people are clamoring for a change, right? But most of the people, a lot of the people, not most of the people, a lot of people want to change from the PNM to the UNC. That's what it is.
That probably was what in the past. But I don't think now, because you know what it is, Anselm? I'm not no political analyst, scientist, nobody. I just tune into common sense. It's something called common sense. You see them young people in Trinidad and Tobago under this administration, they don't see no future. And if you do not address that with them young people, that is what's going to lick them down on the wicked field, for lack of a better word. I'm not feeling too well. If they do not address those young people that are hurting, those that are eligible to vote, those are the ones that are going to send the messenger, because they don't see no way under the PNM. And you hear it over and over and over and over and over and over.
But the opposition is in place to make sure that whoever is in power are doing the right things. And if they're not doing the right things, they're supposed to be able to hold their feet to the fire.
Thank you.
And get some results.
And we're not seeing that.
What is really going on in both instances?
People are afraid. Okay, people are afraid to stand up to take leadership of the party because it's what? It's salt for them. What kind of democracy is that? What kind of dotish democracy you have in Trinidad and Tobago? You're afraid to stand up to keep Christopher Rowley because why? He go send you to Siberia? As I always said, I'm sorry I didn't have a parliamentarian position because Diana Benskin, give me right name. Waveney Diana Benskin will be the first one to stand up to keep Christopher Rowley. Yeah, I would stand up to he. You're not doing right by the people. Go home or go somewhere else. You go, come on. And you challenging the people. I'm going to take count on who vote and who ain't vote. And because of that, a viable candidate is not inside the leading the party. What kind of madness going on down there? Are they looking out for themselves or are they looking out for the betterment of the country as a whole? You have to look out for the betterment of the country. You can't have half your society squandering and the other half catching and then and the other half bawling and begging. No, that's where all the crime coming from. PNM is not doing the right thing right now. And you want to come and bamboozle? Come on, Anselm. We need better. We need better.
I never say we didn't need better. I never said
need better, man. We need better.
I am campaigning, and I have said this. The RPNM is not the right government to govern Trinidad and Tobago. I've said that.
They're hurting. People hurting.
And I don't make no qualms about that. I can say that over and over. However, on the flip side, many people will say the KUNC is better than the RPNM.
They just flip, flop, blab, and flip and flop and flop. Let me tell you.
To me, both of them, right? And there are so many examples. When I'm in opposition, I say one thing, right? When I'm in the government, I do different than what I say, right? When I'm in government, I do one thing that's totally different from when I was in opposition. And there are so many examples. But look at this. We have a fella named David Lee who is under indictment in Trinidad and Tobago.
A China man.
He's still in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, right? Doing all kind of statements regarding things happening in Trinidad and Tobago. How is that?
Because of the corruption that are in high places.
Of course, you are innocent until proven guilty. But why is that? Why should that person still be in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago? Why?
Because he's part of the 1% that funding them. And causing the oppression on my people.
But Diana, I don't care about that. I am just talking about the principle of the whole thing. I am talking about the principle of the whole thing. When are we going to start principles? When are we going to
when the voter insists.
Yep. Yes.
And the voter sends strong messages that they mean business. Yep. Just going along to get along.
They have the power in the little finger that they just put in that ink. You voters have the power.
But Hailey made a statement here. I want to read the second sentence. Something terribly wrong with the communication between the citizens and the government. That is absolutely true.
Yep.
Something is terribly wrong with the communication between the citizens and the government.
Yep.
Because
You know what?
certain
Go
things
ahead.
can happen, and we accept it because that is our government. We defending them to the hilt, right? Because my party in power. When certain things happen, it's like, oh yeah, you know, you defending them, and
And you know why I don't understand? All of we living on. I can't give me a street in Trinidad now. Bellsmite Street. That just come to mind because I'm from that area. I'm from Curep. Curep's in Augustine. Them streets come to. All right. Maybe this household vote PNM, this one vote UNZ, next one is. But oh gosh, you mean your neighbor? You see your neighbor struggling. You mean, and you know why? I mean, all you don't want is that your neighbor be okay too. I mean, what happened to that? What happened to that caring for your fellow man? Huh? And all because everybody frightened. Frightened for what? If you stand together and send a rippling message to the administration, they will have to start acting on behalf of all citizenry. Not some there and some here and some for this. I don't care who you support. I really don't care. But just right now, who you want to send a message to is who governing you. Listen, this ain't going right. It need fixing.
So
I don't know.
Albert says, Ansem, this is not the first time the government has paid large sums of money for inquiry and nothing came of it. We don't know that. We don't know that yet.
But he's the resident historian, so he probably.
But listen, things can also change. Eugene Julian says, you're assuming that the report will not be released. I'm not assuming that. All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you had a commission of inquiry, and the government has the ultimate decision whether the public will ever see what's in that report or not. And that shouldn't be. It should be stipulated way ahead of time. Till release to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what you have a inquiry.
What we're saying that this matter is a matter of urgent importance to the nation. It should be addressed forthwith. No, they can't be. They can't be pussyfooting around.
Correct, Tommy. You can't be waiting before we decide to release what? Oh, nah, boy. This isn't gonna make Paria look good. This might make LMSC look good. This might make somebody look good. So we're gonna only release certain parts of the report. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be. You understand? Yeah? Albert says he gave up on Trinidad. Eugene, I'm not assuming that the report will not be released. What I'm saying is, ahead of time, the government should come out and say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, this is taxpayers' money that was utilized in order to do this commission of inquiry. We're going to release the report, right, to the community, and everybody then can have a say in whether they like it, they don't like it, whatever. And the government now is not the one controlling, what's released in the report. Because they could release certain parts of the report or redact certain parts of the report, because a person's name is called and so on and so forth. And that's unacceptable. But we like it. So Albert say, I gave up on Trinidad people in authority. Don't care about taxpayers' money. And I left Trinidad 31 years ago to save my children. John Wayne says, Tommy, I agree with you because you guys in a first world country, so you know what country should be run. Right? Trinidad is getting to be the worst country in the Caribbean. John Wayne, I don't think so. We are very far from getting to be the worst. I mean, we got to be honest.
Okay, wait a minute. In defense of the person name I don't like, the other day, Joe Biden announced that certain countries will be getting visa-free entrance for 2 years. Trinidad wasn't one of them.
Diana, the statistics does not prove that Trinidad is going to be the worst country in the Caribbean anytime soon.
Maybe not the worst, not soon, but they're heading down that road. 600 murders, 600 plus murders.
Diana, does not prove.
You know, when you're a professor and you're statistic, I dealing with, you know, everyday thing. 600 murders. I said you don't feel a sense of safety, all the corruption and the unemployment. Huh?
Then we could just we could just go on emotion because this is 600 murders. You can go on emotion.
Go ahead then. Keep it up.
The statistics does not show that Trinidad will one of the worst countries in the Caribbean in the next 10 years.
Well, then they need to revisit the data.
It doesn't show that. You don't need to
we are an exemplar for many of the other countries. And if that's the example we're setting, bad
example.
Yeah.
For me, that is a better argument. I could go with that. We are supposed to be the example for the countries in the Caribbean.
So what's so different from saying it? If somebody want to choose, you get choices of countries to go to Trinidad in the Caribbean. Look at the what you call it, the U.S. alert on Trinidad. That not part of the data.
I know.
That's not part of the statistic.
When you look at the economic data for Trinidad and you compare it to Haiti,
Go ahead.
Night, and day. When you look at the data and you compare it to Jamaica, it is night. Listen. Crime in Trinidad and Tobago, 613 is too much. It's too much for 1.3 million people. But if we are going to compare the economy of Trinidad and Tobago, and we are going to say certain statements, right? The facts there doesn't back up those statements.
I ain't comparing them. I just throwing the thing raw that going on down there. That's all. I ain't comparing. No.
Throwing spaghetti up on the wall and see what will stick.
Some juice.
It's throwing spaghetti up on a wall and what will stick.
Macaroni will fall off.
Well, Eileen says, Albert, cannot blame you now because my father left too and he had a good job in Trinidad. But was the right decision he made?
Aslam and Diana, I left Trinidad 50 years ago.
Woo! Tommy, you're old boy.
This year's 51 years, right? I decided with my spouse that we're gonna. I made a decision and she followed. So we're gonna go to Trinidad and retire there and so on and so forth. And she became so disillusioned with Trinidad, it literally stressed her the hell out. You understand? God rest her soul, she's not here with us anymore, but I really thought Trinidad was going to be my best option for retirement.
Oh, Tommy.
And there are plenty of people that feel like you, Tommy, would rather go to Tobago, Grenada, Barbados, anywhere else but Trinidad. Go ahead.
Tommy, I absolutely felt like you that I would have liked to retire in Trinidad and Tobago. Absolutely. Right? But John Wayne makes a very good point. Mismanagement from these so-called educated people, right? And can't run a country with only 1.3 million people with so much resources. We have so much resources in Trinidad and Tobago, so much resources, right? You see, because we have oil and gas, we believe, that oil and gas will be there forever.
No, but I think, this is my opinion, I think what has happened with the mismanagement is driven by capitalist greed.
Correct is right.
Lack of compassion for your brother, for your neighbor.
Thank you.
No, Albert says, Anselm, you don't know what the new party could do. Give them a chance. Albert, we are going to continue to give people chances, right? And I don't have a problem with giving people a chance or giving a party a chance. Look at the PDP in Tobago, right? And in my estimation, I believe the PDP is doing a good job in Tobago.
Absolutely.
In my estimation. And listen, I could say that based on the things that I've seen and based on the statistics that's in the public domain. Right? Other people may want to think otherwise, but I think Fali Chavez Augustine is doing a fantabulous job in Tobago. Right? But due to the politics, people want to make it out into something, all kind of thing. As a matter of fact, let me play this one for you all, right? Let me play this one for you all. This happened, listen to this, right?
Somebody air it out, that the heads will hear. And I have been begging for a meeting with the chief secretary for months. Months, and he's not seeing me. He not seeing what he need to see me. Because Tobago Carnival, I know that is what they want to scrap the Tobago National Carnival and focus on the October. But I don't think the bands and them will be taking part. Here is where they will have to bring up Trinidadian.
Ms. Bedlow says the materials to produce masks are expensive.
And they're asking me for quality, they will get it, give me money. Exactly. Quality money. People money not going in my pocket, it's going in the band leaders.
She said the Band Leaders Association submitted a budget of $3.5 million and they expect to receive more funding for staging of the National Carnival.
But being on the board of the festival, I am representing mass, and I have to stand up for my band leaders. That's right. I am not here discussing no board business. I am here discussing mass. And we are tired of the disrespect. The allocation of 1.3, we the band leaders is saying no to it. We don't want it.
32 band leaders are on board with the chairman.
Our allocation for the October Carnival is 17.5. Could someone tell me what the bands and them make? Nothing. Some bands take loans from Island Finance, Republic Bank and the Credit Union. And they're still paying it back.
When asked to comment on the matter, CEO of the Tobago Festivals Commission, John Arnold, said the comments made by Ms. Bedlow are unfortunate. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
Right.
Oh dear. So wait now. Where the money had to come from? Who have to pay these people? ETHA?
I don't think so.
Hear me?
I don't think so. You think so?
Well, if they Tobago, I think THA handles them kind of thing. No, I might be wrong. So where THA get any money from? Not PNM down in Trinidad?
NC gets an allocation from the government for the carnival, the main carnival. And then the NC allocates money to TUCO, and Trinbago, the Tobago Bands Association allocates money to these organizations. So the carnival in Tobago, that was a specific carnival for Tobago. And Tobago was the one that funded that carnival. So maybe the carnival in Tobago,
You want the Tobago carnival, right?
That's separate from the regular carnival in Trinidad. So if, for example, if the government, the NCC, allocates 10 million to Tobago for carnival, right? And of that 10 million, right, they allocate 2 million to TUCO in Tobago, right? They allocate another 2 million to the Steel Band Association, because there are different associations in Tobago, just like in Trinidad.
No, the Steel Band Association is not Pan Trinbago for both Trinidad and Tobago?
I'm not sure about that.
Because the president of Pan Trinbago is Beverly Ramsey Moore. She's from Tobago.
Yes, but Tommy, they also have separate events in Tobago.
I agree, but isn't Pan Trinbago responsible for all the pan in both countries?
Well, there's a possibility that maybe that when Pan Trinbago gets their allocation, they allocated X amount to the Pan Steel Bands in Tobago. Right? Because the Steel Bands in Tobago, if they want to come to Trinidad to perform in Panorama, or they got to get money in order to transport the pans to Trinidad and so on.
Correct.
Right? And then the Tuco Tobago, they have their own Calypso thing in Tobago. They have to get money allocation as well to do that.
Agree.
And then the Mass in Tobago have to get a certain allocation for them to do whatever they have to do.
Correct.
But this is the problem I find. I find that what appears to be happening is that everybody's sitting down and waiting for the government to allocate something to them in order for them to use that to do whatever they have to do year after year after year after year. And they are not being proactive by holding events in order to raise some money too as well. Because once these people get an allocation, there's no that money is going to be utilized, and the central government ain't getting no part of that money, or they ain't getting no return on that investment.
Well, they have to make sure that it is being managed effectively, that it could grow.
Manage effectively. I would like to see the last organization, which organization, Carnival organization, has get 10 million from the government, and at the end of the day, because this is how I will do it. If I allocate Tuco $15 million, I want to see your gate receipts for all the events that you are doing.
Correct.
Right? And based on those events that you're doing, right, I want to say now, well, listen, guys, you know what? Last year you made 5 million, I gave 10 million. This year I only gain you 5 million. Because you make money with the money going that you make. So the money that I give you plus the money that you make, or you're spending all that money. All that money. Right? We like it, so yes.
Maybe the money that they're given is just a subvention to complement or to handle the shortfalls.
Well, I hear you, but I'm highly saying Pep is 100% times better than any party in Trinidad and Tobago.
As somebody really think about it, the way Trinidad has been going, Trinidad and Tobago has been going, we really had to try something new, because you can't keep trying the same thing and expect different results.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Tobago try something new, and in my estimation, right, with all the backlash and all this kind of thing, I believe it's working. In my belief,
I agree with you on that. That's why I feel Trinidad needs some of the same medicine.
But as if Trinidadians will have the testicular fortitude.
Well, it could happen. What we really need is the media to be honest and the media to be fair, and not be in the pockets of who wants power.
For me, when you will see that when you see a pink donkey.
Well, I'm looking for a pink donkey. Trust me. I'm a utopianist,
No, I hear you, and I like that.
I mean, I could have been a communist, but I'm a utopianist.
Thinking, because it just seemed to me that Yeah. Hold on there. Yeah. You guys not hearing?
Now I'm hearing you. You're in and out, it sounds like. Are you there? Diana? Anselm? Is it me? Anselm. Diana, can you hear me? What's going on? Hello? WZYE? I'm not hearing a thing. Maybe I need to go out and come back in.
Yeah, I think I got kicked out.
Okay, because I was wondering if you were there.
Yeah, I think I
Got kicked out again.
Okay, here am I.
Can you hear me, Anselm?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I got kicked out.
I started thinking that my set was given
Nah, that was me. You know, I just think that we Anselm Ali says Anselm spoken like a true PNM, and people depend on the government because they vote for them. Rosewood, good night. Eugene says the National Carnival in Tobago is not funded by the THA. Which National Carnival?
Talking about same as Trinidad.
Yeah. We never said it was funded by the THA. We said it was funded by NCC because
Right.
NCC gets an allocation and they allocate it based on how they see fit.
You know, but talking about nationalism, and so if the focus in Trinidad and Tobago became nationalism, became patriotism, and not bipartisan, it would take Trinidad to another level, you know.
Yeah.
And Tobago.
You know, Tommy, it's interesting that you say that, right? I want you all to listen to this. I want you all to listen to what's going on I think this is in Grenada. Let me see if you guys, tell me if you guys hear this. This is something that's happening in Grenada between the opposition, an opposition person, and a person in government. Take a listen to this.
Welcome back to the narrative. I'm your storyteller, Phyllis Rosario. Causing quite a stir. They are joining hands from opposite sides of the political divide. Senator Gloria Thomas of the National Democratic Congress and MP Delma Thomas, Member of Parliament Delma Thomas, both from the St. Andrew Northwest constituency. They contested the 2020 elections on votes or so. But now they're working together in the St. Andrew North.
It's frozen.
Something's going on.
We're not hearing anything, Anselm. I think she's frozen. Anselm is frozen. Well,
Well, the two of you are getting a lot of attention for joining hands from the both sides of the political divide.
You guys hear?
How did this alliance come about? Let's start with Senator Thomas. Tell us how this alliance came about.
Well, I'm a person who believes in people. And I believe to work for the welfare, the development, and the greater good for people. During the last election, I was not successful as an MP, but our government, from our party from the government, and I have a senatorial position, they were head of ministry. And I think that if I am to serve my constituency in the way that I would like to, I would like to have all hands on deck. I would like to reach out to people in general. And I know that not everybody voted for me. The constituency is made up of people from both sides of the political fence. And a way to reach those who might be timid or who might be reluctant to come to me, I think working along with the MP could help us reach as much persons as possible in the constituency.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We're going to go for a quick station identification. When we come back, we're going to continue listening to what an MP that's in power, that her government is in power, and a person who is in opposition working together for the betterment of their constituents. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We continue to listen to this coming together of opposition and MP that's in power in Grenada. Let's continue to listen.
So I saw it fit or saw it as a good move to invite the MP to work along with me.
MP Thomas, were you surprised when the invitation was extended to work along with Senator Thomas, having you had just fought a campaign, a political campaign on opposite sides? You won, but we all know the nature of political campaigns and the nature of politics in the Caribbean and Grenada, the attitude that people have towards any sort of cooperation between opposing politicians. Were you surprised at her invitation?
I'm not sure if it's surprise, but I must say I was humbled and I jumped to accept that particular invitation to join hands with her, because I know her for maybe all my life, you could say, and I know that she, as a social worker, has been working in the different communities across Grenada. So when she came to me, I felt it was a genuine cause, and as the representative for the constituency of St. Andrew Northwest, I accepted her invitation forthwith. And here we are working together. To me, it's even more than what I thought at first, in terms of the level of work we already started and what we intend to do to develop the people and the constituency of St. Andrew Northwest.
What do you mean?
When also work together during the Christmas time, maybe visit the elderly and those things like that. But then we started to discuss, and I realized that she wanted to collaborate deeper, and I appreciated that, and so I accepted and started that deep work with her for the people of the constituency of St. Andrew Northwest. You would appreciate that I am the representative for the people not in your national party. So I know you talk about the competition, but the truth is the election is over since June, and therefore we have a responsibility, both Sister Gloria and I, to represent the people of St. Andrew Northwest. That's our purpose. And I think apart from political party, our purpose as human beings, as two Christian sisters, our purpose is to serve people.
That attitude that you both have is not being reflected by some members of both your parties. It's being criticized. The cooperation is being criticized by people. They're not feeling the
Oh, my cohorts disappeared. You there, Tommy? Anybody there?
I'm present. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Wow. Anselm, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. We just having something.
Yeah, but you know that's a demonstration of political maturity that's needed dreadfully in Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
Because when you think about nation building and you think about patriotism, it augurs well for a good society. And people who value that, or should I say politicians or people in authority who value that, they make for better politicians, so to speak. And that's a problem that we're having in Trinidad. The fact that it's always a fight to work against whether it is good or not so good.
You see, and that's part of the problem. I'm gonna do. Tommy, I think again.
Let me shut down.
Yeah. So I think the problem in that you going to power. You believe that your goal now is as much as possible to not work with the opposition and the opposition not work with the people in power. And that's why we're facing a lot of difficulties that we're facing in Trinidad and Tobago. And at the end of the day, certain people suffer.
Everybody's suffering. That is why I said, now you understand, I said, identify.
Everybody's not suffering.
I say everybody's suffering. I said that's why there's a lot of suffering.
No, you said everybody's suffering.
Okay, I'm on medication anthem. If I said that here, I take it back. That's why there's a lot of suffering in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm saying this now that when I identify as your given name and done away with this, as a PNM, as a UNC, as a this, as a that, that's the problem there too.
Well, I still think you could identify as a PNM, a UNC, a COP, a NTA, whatever you want. I still think you can do that. However, when it comes to the country, you have to identify as the betterment for the country. You can still identify yourself as a UNC, a COP, a NTA, but at the end of the day, if you believe the party is not doing what's right for the country, you need to be able to stand up and say, they're not doing what's right for the country. So Albert is saying, you may not know, that is the policy of the PNM, never work with the other party. But that seems to me, Albert, that's the policy of parties in Trinidad and Tobago. And the only two parties that have been in power, or the third party, it's the PNM, UNC, and NAR. And when they're in power, they don't work with each other. So that's the policies of parties in Trinidad and Tobago. When one is in power, one says, we're not going to work with you, we're not going to vote on anything you do it. When the other one is in power, them say the same thing. So you're not being fair by saying that that's the policy of the PNM. When the UNC was in power, what was the policy? Just ask it. The policy should be what is best for the country. That is what the policy should be. And sometimes we tend to think about it from a party perspective. For example, if we have people like these individuals in Canada who are working together, right? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with working together? You know, so I don't think that's a fair statement, in my honest opinion. Carice, welcome. Tommy, Rose wants to know how are you, sweetheart?
She wants to know?
How are you, Tommy, sweetheart? That's what she said.
Rose, my heart is still sweet.
How are you, sweetheart? Eugene Julian, Paul, Rowley, and Kamlan. Hey, Rose said good night, and them love you. What about Rose?
Rose. I don't. Hey, Rose. Hey, I don't go down that road. Don't come here, sweetheart.
Oh, put up to your heart.
No, she didn't call me sweetheart.
You want her to call you sour heart?
Yeah.
Don't come here, no sweetheart, Rose. No darling, no love. Okay, we don't go down that road.
Yeah. At least I pay my internet. Nah, I pay my internet. So Albert says, oh, okay. So Hailey says, and Albert is right, because PNM is who started that behavior. All other parties learned it from the PNM. So Hailey, you've proven my point then. You have just proven my point. Correct? Albert made a statement that Anselm, okay, this is Albert's statement. Anselm, you may not know this. You may not know that is the policy of the PNM. Never work with the other party.
And the policy of both of them, it look like.
Correct is right. Then Hailey Anselm, Albert is right. Because PNM is who started the behavior. All other parties learn from the PNM. So, all the other parties, when they're in power, they're not working with the party in opposition. Is that acceptable? That's not acceptable. Yeah? Hailey said his point is, Albert have a right to point out the PNM. I never problem with him pointing out the PNM, but I'm just saying that if you just put that, it seems like it's one-sided.
You know, Anselm, you had to recognize this, you know. PNM has had the most power, or the longest terms of power. Therefore, they would have to take most of the blame for the state of the country as far as nationalism and attitudes are concerned, because since they have had more power than anybody else, it was incumbent upon them to show cooperation and to show that they would cooperate with anybody else, any of the other political organizations. Well, mostly it's one main one who is the opposition.
But Tommy, if I start something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean if you're in power, you have to continue what I started?
No.
If it's not for the benefit of the country?
No. If you go low, I don't have to go low.
Correct. So if I started in power, I've been in the power the longest years in the country. And I started not wanting to work with the opposition. And you somehow get me out of power. To me, I think that you may want to show the people that I am not going to act like the person who's been ruling you for all these years, but we are bringing a different dispensation to the people of the country.
I agree. I agree, except that just like children, people live what they learn.
Okay. Okay, Toby. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you could be different if you want.
Yeah, if you want to make a difference, you'll make a difference.
Right. Yep.
But it's going to be harder. What should have what should have happened is that when the PNM, if they ever lose power, which they did, and they regain power, they should have learned something that it's not nice to not be cooperating with the opposition.
Eugene says Wall Street, those who both parties willing to work together.
I just want the people in Trinidad and Tobago to show that they're serious about wanting positive change, about wanting a national agenda to be at the forefront, wanting people to be patriotic, and putting country before party all the time and at every
Let me tell you
turn.
this, right? You see, Tommy, when I point out these things, right, the first thing people say, oh God, all what you doing is only defending the PNM, defending the PNM. When I believe I have to defend, I defend. When I have to go on offense, I go on offense. Right? But there are some of us who are on offense all the time. Or, let me repeat that, or on defense all the time. As opposed to when you have to call a spade, call a spade a spade. I see it, and I call it like it is. A lot of people may not like it, but I call it like it is. Right? Now, for example, and Hailey is saying, no, we're not saying it's right, but PNM create all the problems in Trinidad and Tobago. Really? So, Tommy, you and Diana believe PNM has created all the problems in Trinidad and Tobago?
I disagree.
And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Tony.
I think Trinidadians create all the problem, regardless of what side of the divide they're on. That they don't stand up for anything, therefore everything just gets totally out of hand.
So Hailey said, no, we're not saying it's right. But PNM, before you see the people of Trinidad and Tobago create all the problems in Trinidad and Tobago. There's PNM people, there's UNC people, there's COP people, there's PDP people, there's NTA people, there's MSJ people, there's NA people. They are the ones that are creating all the problems in Trinidad.
The attitude of the Trinidadian is the problem. And attitude determines their altitude.
Correct is right. Because they see certain things, right? And because they're supporting a certain party, they leave it alone.
Yep.
So, listen, when you say all, it means all.
All
can means half or 50% or 90%. It's 100%.
Correct.
And those, I'm sorry, but those statements don't hold water. They don't hold water. And that's what we do. For example, when Shamfa Kojo say everybody want everything for free in Trinidad and Tobago, that statement cannot hold water. And I will say to Shamfa Kojo, you are absolutely wrong. Everybody want everything for free in Trinidad and Tobago? You mean there are many people, could be 10%, 15%, who want things free in Trinidad and Tobago. But when you say everybody means everybody, you know. And so what we do is that we throw these statements out there because we want to create something, right? And the words that we use, right? Tell me what was that thing again you said? You said
you have to be immaculate with your words.
Thank you so much. You have to be immaculate with your words. And we in Trinidad and Tobago, because, you know, I don't know if there are other countries where part of the culture is the people is to call people all kind of names. I don't know. But part of the culture in Trinidad and Tobago is when you are having a discussion and some of the discussion is not going your way, you start to what's called an ad hominem attack. You start to attack the people, the persons personally, rather than to have the discussion about whatever it is you haven't been talking about.
The word is impeccable, not immaculate. Immaculate, impeccable.
Correct is right. You see? And that's part of the problem we have in Trinidad and Tobago. And I tell people all this time. You have a right to support whichever party you want to. That's your right. However, if your party is not about what's best for the country, you have a right to hold your party to task. And if you're gonna be selective in the things that you are gonna decide to deal with, you have a right to do that too. But you gotta be able to take whatever it's coming when you have to be very selective. And I think that's part of the problem that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, is that we are very selective. Certain things could happen and we leave it alone, right? Or what we say, well, they did it. They used to do it. But the PNM did it in 1962, right? We just following along what their playbook, right? So if the West Indies used to do certain things in 1975, right? If Australia to become better than the West Indies, to go follow what the West Indies were doing in 1975. Why do you think West Indies now is one of the worst? One of the worst, One of the worst as far as cricket is concerned in the world today, when they were the best of the best back in the day. Look at the Soca Warriors, for example. Why do you think the Soca Warriors is getting so bad in football? Or soccer, whichever one you want to call it. Think about this. In Trinidad and Tobago is one of the fewest countries in the world where is that if your grandparents is Trinidadian, you cannot play for Trinidad and Tobago in soccer. So that's a whole set of people that will not be able to play for Trinidad and Tobago. Think about it. While a lot of these other countries, if your grandparents is a citizen of that country, your grandparents, you can end up playing for that country. And that makes that country right away way better in soccer than a place like Trinidad and Tobago with only 1.3 million people. How are you going to expect to compete on a world stage, right? And your father or mother have to be, your mother or father is a citizen, right? And you may not born in Trinidad and Tobago, you may be born in America, you're born in Germany, and yes, you can then play for Trinidad. What about your grandparents?
I guess I won't be able to play that answer. My grandparents are Bajans.
No, you can't play.
You gotta play with your dolly.
I guess that knocks Diana out. So if I had a child, and the child was good in soccer, that means can't play because I had for somebody else, not Trini. That means can't play because your grandfather and mother ain't no Trini.
Well, correct is right. Understand? That's what I'm saying. And that's part of the constitution. In 2020.
But Anselm, we behind in a lot of ways. Look at the camouflage law.
Yeah. Madness.
They They wanted the girl to take off the top. And also, too, I saw this video where the girl said she couldn't enter a government facility because they tell her dress was too short. But they're sanctioning nudity in the street.
In Trinidad?
Go ahead. You can't go in certain buildings which is toe outside, a slipper, open toe. But you can walk about the street.
Tobago, though. Fali addressed that in Tobago.
Tommy, correct is right. And when I pointed out that's what transformational leaders do, they will say, yeah, you watched you talking about Fali, let them come in anything in the Sapat and the Sampat. Yes, transformational. And not only that, right? But as we go down,
but that colonial, because if you're nudity, all right, carnival, whatever, I can't go in a government building with open toe slipper and you're dressed too short. That's a double standard right there.
2023. And we Trinidadians stand up and take that gesso after it was changed in Tobago. We didn't stand up and say nothing. We said, well, listen, if Tobago could do it, time for us to get rid of that. Sense me on that. When is the last time you hear we march in Trinidad and Tobago and say we want all them street name changed? All them colonial master street name, we want to get rid of them. When is the last time we do that?
Then they go tell you how to, a lot of Trinidadians have to change the last name because they carrying the colonial master name. Let me don't go there now.
Look, anyway, call it Fali have a new baby,
Yeah. A boy or girl?
Fali and his wife have a new baby.
A boy or girl?
What they say?
You better name it Waveney.
Send him, text him.
I will text him when I'm done here.
Fali Augustine and his wife are now parents of a baby girl.
Yay!
Right?
They go find some fancy name for you.
Yeah?
Mm.
So, but not only that though, whenever I go here, something happens. Okay, so I wanna put this up, right? Because this has been all you heard that Duke had come up with some peace talk, right?
Yes.
He did.
Right? Okay, so this thing, boy, oh God. This thing, so Fali had his baby, right? And they asked Fali if he know about any peace talk with Duke, right? And this is what was said, right? Oh boy. That's what Fali said.
Oh Lord.
Frozen.
Dr. Mashup want to make up?
Well, I mean, Chief Secretary, I know nothing about Duke call for peace talks.
Dr. Mashup want to make up?
So is it true or is it fact?
Yeah, my answer?
Yeah. Huh?
Is it fact or fiction?
Is it fact or fiction though? Yeah.
We should call Duke and ask Duke. Well, you should be glad that he's listening and he's extending an olive branch. Isn't that what we wanted? We didn't want anything. Huh?
Well,
Most
this is what
definitely.
THA Chief Farley Augustine claims he has no knowledge of Progressive Democratic Patriots political leader Watson Duke called for him to return to the party. In a radio interview on Tuesday, Duke urged Augustine and the entire THA executive to rejoin the party in the interest of Tobagonians. The executive have resigned from the PDP on December 4, 2022, almost a year after their resounding 14-1 victory over the People's National Movement in the December 6, 2021 THA election. They have declared themselves independent. In the interview, Duke called for peace, not war, saying the issues confronting Tobagonians were not about personalities but governance. He said he was certain Augustine's team will not win a seat in the next THA election if he decides to form his own party. But speaking to reporters on Friday, after addressing the UN Development Program's formal handover of Main Ridge Visitor Center solar installation to the THA in Palo Tuvia, Augustine said, "Let me be honest with you. I have only been told about it because I did not hear it or see it myself. The last week and a half have been quite chaotic for me in terms of schedule, personally that is, so I have not been able to really look at it." Augustine said he will assess the clip with his team. "I prefer to talk to the team, what he Duke calls the team, the Jellyfish Gang, then we'll make that assessment." Asked if Duke call is something he will consider, he said, "I have learned in life to always consider everything. I consider everyone, but what my response will be, I cannot give at this moment." On whether he was surprised by Duke call for peace talk, Augustine added, "At this juncture, nothing that comes from Duke surprises me, but the truth is, I didn't hear it myself. So I probably need to take some time to look at the clippings to see exactly what he's saying, and that is why I'm cautious about giving a detailed response, except to say that I will consider everything. There are no guarantees for sure, and certainly I am guided by what the rest of the team thinks." Augustine also responded to the questions about his planned reshuffle within the THA, said it will occur towards the end of the month. Oh boy, a reshuffle coming, boy. "I will give clear updates in terms of how that will go, what the structural changes will be like, because we spent 1 year in office and we got a chance to see what works, what doesn't work, and what requires some tweaking, because it's all about being able to efficiently roll out the mandate to the people of Tobago." So there you have it, folks. A reshuffle is coming soon to Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
A reshuffle is coming soon. And
how you know that, Angela?
But I just said.
You just read it.
You just read it.
Oh Lord, Father God.
You just said that. Let me repeat it.
I love you too, Rose. Oh Lord.
This is what he said. He said, let me read it for you. He said,
my earpiece might have fallen out.
Augustine also responded to a question about his planned reshuffle within the THA, saying it will occur towards the end of the month. I will give clear updates in terms of how that will go, what the structural changes will be. Right? Because we spent 1 year in office and we got a chance to see what works, what doesn't work, and what requires some tweaking, because it is all about being able to efficiently roll out the mandate to the people of Tobago. So a reshuffle is coming in Tobago, and Farley doesn't really know about the peace talks.
Highly say Farley flopping.
Where Highly get that from? Flopping out.
Oh God, Anselm, don't take on people. People just kicks in, you know. He said, well, he said, Duke realized Anselm is a flip-flopper. Anselm does switch wagon like a chameleon.
Oh,
you can't have thin skin in the village, boy.
What did I switch from to?
Well, I tell him highly, maybe about the transformational thing. I don't know.
I have never switched from calling both.
And more waste taxpayers' money tactics. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Haile say 1 year in office, and all he do is allow people to come in government office in their underwear. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus.
Haile's a hater.
Oh my.
Yeah. To me, I second that.
Haile, you a hater. Oh Lord. Poor
Eugene, what? That's a common practice in many government places. Eugene is a dotish practice.
Yeah.
What does a coming in with a slipper on your foot present, and you're going to pay a bill? You're going to transact. What does he slip on your foot have to do with your bill? As long as you're not cursing or, assaulting verbally anybody, or, your parts are not showing. What's wrong with a slip on your foot? Well, it took a long backward with that stupidness. That's stupidness.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Brainwashed.
I don't know which newspaper Haile reading. 1 year in office, and all it is allow people to come in the government office in their underwear. I know what newspaper you reading.
Haile's a hater. Haile's a real hater.
I feel he reading the Punch, I feel it's the Punch you reading. The Punch still in existence?
I don't know. Maybe they get punched out.
Yeah.
Maybe the office they used to run out of.
You're used to reading Punch.
Haile on a roll tonight. Haile, who makes you, boy?
Eugene, Eugene, look at the chat and see what Haile is saying.
Oh God.
I'm gonna put on my glasses to read this chat.
For me, I think you're right, Haile hating tonight.
Yeah, Haile, what happened? You eat a bad pepper.
Eat some mother-in-law.
English language, Anslev. English language.
Haile, boy, I know what to tell you now.
Ooh. Oh, you're referring to Eugene ain't going after Haile at all.
Nah, Eugene don't go after people. Eugene don't go after people, right? So
you talking about the reshuffle in the government? No, but didn't they just have a reshuffle? I mean, with the whole exit of the whole Brexit of certain people.
Oh Lord.
Sometimes we don't take Abdullah as a credible fella, but I think that fella has what he says makes sense sometimes. So let's listen to Abdullah on the president.
According to Mr. Abdullah, the debate on who should be the country's next president should bring the need for revision of the constitution to the fore. He says how the country is run is the key issue at hand.
This ought to focus our attention as a country on the need to review our constitution and to evolve rather than focusing on personalities. Whether Christine is a good woman or a bad woman, whether Israel Khan is a good man or a bad man, that is not the important issue whatsoever. The important issue fundamentally has to be about our system of governance.
He also notes with concern the political culture in Trinidad and Tobago, the way politicians speak to each other.
How is it that we have this big argument and reaching almost to cussing then between Rowley and Kamla, or with Mark and Rowley and this one and that one, and then on the radio stations, all the talk shows and so on, all the PNM supporters, attacking Israel Khan, attacking Wade Mark, attacking Kamla, supporting Rowley, supporting Christine Kamala.
The MSJ leader is suggesting that the presidential candidate should be someone who can separate party politics and heal divisions.
Who understands our society, the complexity, even though we are a small country, the complexity of the society, that Tobago is different to Trinidad, that while we have had a colonial experience, that the Indo-Trinidad experience has not been the same as the Afro-Trinidad experience, that the middle class experience is not the same as the working class experience, that the rural experience is different from the urban experience, and so on and so on and so on. All of those differences.
He believes that someone like that can truly fulfill the role of head of state. Nicole M. Romani, TV6 News.
Well, I guess that knocks Dr. Rowley out of the running.
No, but when you listen to what the guy's saying, it makes sense. It makes sense. What do you think, Tony? I think
go ahead.
No, I think what he's saying makes sense. Right? And then you have Duma saying that we should have a person who's a Hindu to be president. So next thing we go have a Shouter Baptist should be the president too.
Well, I say make a Douglas the president then.
I'll make a Douglas the president too.
Here's what I say. If you want a president, elect the bloody president.
I don't have a problem with that.
Let it come from the people.
Yeah, let the people elect a president.
The president and the speaker of the house. Change the constitution for that.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. But we had to figure out how we go do it now. Are they going to go based on affiliation with our party? Right? How are we going to elect them now? We have to take that into consideration too.
Well, calling on what the gentleman, Mr. Abdullah, said, the qualities that this person should have, our friend Dr. Rowley,
I think what should happen, the UNC, the opposition should be able to nominate someone for president, the PNM nominate someone for president, and then
let the people vote
who they want to be president. That's what I think.
Yeah. And let the people far and wide vote, not only there, far and wide.
Correct. Right? And in that way, right, the people will decide. But you know what will happen though? If most of the PNM people vote for that president, you know what will happen? Or most of the UNC people vote for that president, you know what will happen?
Well, they'll yield toward the
Yeah.
At least we could give them power and create a check and balance.
Okay. All right.
So let me ask you something. You can't have two presidents.
Yeah, you can have a president.
Prime Minister.
You can have a president.
You can have two presidents, one from each party, and let them come together and, fix the place.
You can have a president for the Senate, a president for the country, right? And you can have a speaker for the parliament. Yeah, you can have two presidents.
Highly, you eat a bad scorpion pepper, boy. Highly felt in some things here tonight, You see? I said Rowley is a blight, not a prime minister. Highly, what happened, boy? What happened? The pepper wasn't no good in the mother-in-law. The cucumber was old.
Well, as you see that, I don't know there was a little Kankalang in St. Vincent.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
Another bus stop in the St. Vincent Parliament.
Is equal at the level.
Yeah. Another bus stop in the St. Vincent Parliament Wednesday during the ongoing budget debate.
All right, folks, the internet.
Another bus stop in the St. Vincent Parliament Wednesday during the ongoing budget debate there. It was another of those epic clashes between Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves and opposition MP St. Clair Leacock. The confrontation came during the presentation of
Okay, let me try that again.
Another bus stop in the St. Vincent.
All right, internet game.
Auntie, what are you doing?
What's going on? Let it play.
Another bus stop in the St. Vincent Parliament Wednesday during the ongoing budget debate there. It was another of those epic clashes between...
What happened, Anselm?
All right. The internet game problems. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet. I'm trying to get this to play.
Another bus stop in the St. Vincent Parliament Wednesday during the ongoing budget debate there. It was another of those epic clashes between Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves and opposition MP Sinclair Leacock. The confrontation came during the presentation of Health Minister Jimmy Prince and after Leacock rose to seek clarity. At that point, Dr. Gonsalves sought to rise on a point of order before the verbal mayhem.
I wonder, Mr. Minister, Honorable Minister, whether you would take just a little minute out as you address the general improvement of diagnostic services to the country. Why one of the private institutions in St. Vincent, seemingly on the score, hasn't attracted more attention from your ministry in terms of relationship, subsidies, assistance, of any kind. I'm speaking here about health solutions, which clearly has also made its mark by preventing a lot of people to go abroad for services which hitherto were not provided and often augments the health service. I'm asking you for your assistance. Something wrong with you, you know?
But no, just a minute.
Something really wrong with me.
May I rise?
In the most gentle
Why don't you
way.
shut up and stop insulting people?
Shut up!
Shut up and stop insulting
Ralph,
people.
shut up!
Shut
up, Ralph!
Honorable members.
You're just being ignorant and stupid.
I am on
Ralph,
my feet.
nobody can be more stupid than you.
Honorable members.
Talk to him.
Honorable members, please take your seats.
Talk to him.
Take your seats, honorable
Madam
members.
Speaker, do not shout at me.
Honorable
Do
members,
not,
I am not shouting at you, honorable.
please,
Take your
please
seats.
speak to me politely and respectfully. And I'll
Honorable
take my seat.
members, I am always polite and respectful. Please
It's important to me.
Please take your seat.
Please, well, do, good.
Gonsalves insisted on interjecting and accused Sinclair of seeking to bully his member.
The interruption was entirely uncalled for, as you have indicated under the rules. And I simply said, as in the crosstalk, that let the man deliver his speech. Then the honorable member for Central Kingston, what's wrong with you? Something really wrong with you, you know? I mean, what is the necessity and desirability for all of that outburst? I mean, frankly, you're not a bully, and I wouldn't allow you to come here and bully anybody in this house. Certainly not me.
Honorable members, that is enough. Honorable
Certainly
members,
not me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister. The other thing I'm going to
remind.
The other thing I'm going to remind other.
She don't have a powerful voice for them too. Let me tell you, I went to St. Vincent, right? And while I was there, you know, you could feel at that time. It was before COVID. A kind of a tense in the air, right? And I asked my driver, I said, what is really going on here with the political thing? Ralph Gonsalves, is not well liked in St. Vincent, eh? And I went in different areas.
And how come he keeps getting power?
Oh, I went in there, and who he has poised to take over? They say his son, one of his sons or something. So, but apparently he is not well liked. That's all I can say. Not me. Vincentian says so. They're not happy with him,
and they keep putting him in power.
I hear a lot of not necromancy, but underhand stuff goes on. That's how it was put over to me. Right? I mingle with all kind of people, and the working class people, and some people were even afraid to speak to me because they thought I was a spy for him. That is the tenseness there. He is not well liked. by many. I don't know if it's the majority, but by many.
The elite likes him.
Who? The elite. Yes. And they're not, and there are few elites in there, you're right. Right? But he's not well liked by many, huh? And they're afraid to talk because they don't know, and they don't. And apparently, his hand reaches far when it comes to retribution. This is how it was. I'm putting it in my words. What was told to me, a story was relayed to me about some young lady that questioned him about something. She was a beauty pageant, and she questioned him about some matter she was not happy with. And this is what was told to me, and not me, guys. It was told to me, and by two different individuals, that she got injected with something and ended up in the madhouse. All right. That was what was told to me by a Vincentian. It is not okay.
So, as we kind of going along here, I asked this question on So let's quickly get back to that St. Vincent thing. Is it possible that same type of thing could happen in Trinidad and Tobago, or that has happened already?
What do you mean? I'm telling well, we've heard the term bully used, right? So in Manning says he likes to bully. I mean, not gonna have it. Not when I'm here, right? And we've seen shouting matches between different ministers, but I've not seen it where they've told each other to shut up. You've ever seen it?
No, I never seen it.
Okay, but it could absolutely. You never know. You never know. So when you get parliamentarians telling one another to shut up, you can understand the tenseness, right? Huh?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
and that poor speaker, she couldn't get the two of them control.
Highly says Fally transform a sponge cake into a sand cake.
Right.
And Slim should not talk better than sand cakes. You know, so bread tastes good.
Highly bitter tonight, but Highly, what happened? Huh? Highly, why you so bitter, man? What happened?
What did you say back to Highly?
Highly, next boy.
Oh Lord.
Respect that.
He hates tonight. He's a bitter tonight.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay. All right.
Highly vexed, boy. What?
Oh,
he should have used an oven at all. Sour bread, sand cake. Oh Lord.
Yeah. I think Hailey talking to June. I feel so. Hey, as I said that, look at June come.
Oh Lord.
Look at
June,
he said
money. He said money. I'll tell Heinz to shut up his stuff. Jeez. Wow.
He said that in Parliament. Did he say that in Parliament?
He did? Oh, we had to find out.
I don't see
what year that was.
I think that was outside of Parliament, though, Aju. I feel so. But a big issue was raised in Trinidad that flew over the top of many people's head in Trinidad and Tobago. And this guy brought it to light, but it still flew over the head of many.
I go in and say something that might get all you mad. The soca industry in Trinidad is a mafia, and you're responsible for it. Why is it seeing everybody? My name is Marbles, and I just sprang and break people things for a living. But I small thing compared to the kind of damage all you're doing to the soca industry. By chance you realize it's only a selected few people on top of the industry, and are calling shit in them. The Iowa, the Destra, the Nadia. Now don't get me wrong. These people are very talented in their own regard. But could somebody explain to me why after all these decades, we only have a handful of breakthrough artists, but they still haven't seen the level of fame that the bigger artists on them have? Man like Pretty singing years now, and he still don't get the kind of crowd reaction as the bigger artists and them. And he's still not nice. Second star, Irvin Alves, Benjai. Yes, all them make Benjai a small artist again. And all them pattern them I pick in a bottle is only Patrice, Nyla, Voice, Bungie. And don't get me wrong, I know the promoter and them had to make money. But all it does make people feel invisible, boy. Imagine all they had turn a feeling to quit and go to the US because he ain't getting no support. Let me show you how dread it is, eh? Drop in the comment section right now 2 artists that unknown with a real bad song that nobody know. I dare you. You want to know the problem? People doesn't business tell you it's somebody. And the bigger artists and them just forget there was small ones. The radio don't give one ass, and even if you touch that stage as a smaller artist, the crowd not giving you no forward. All you look what they do, Uncle Ellis, me, and the industry, all you must be mad.
Hey, welcome to Dublin. It's so much beautiful people. Welcome back to the carnival. Yeah, I was seeing in the sky. Finally, it's time for we to go jumping. It's jumping there, jumping. It's jumping there, jumping. It's jumping there, jumping. What to expect? Jumping. It's jumping there.
That's interesting, you know.
But Anselm, sometimes I when you peruse social media things people send you, some of the lyrics of them, one particular song I going around now, and I said to myself, somebody really sit down, went into a studio, put lyrics to this, and expect you to pump this on the radio, and it's a real distasteful lyrics. By the time I hear, I delete, block the person, say, I don't want to hear them say, and you wonder why society is in free fall, decadent so. You need to be more responsible. Be more responsible in your life. Tommy, hit them with your thing, Tommy. Impeccable with your what?
With your words.
And that's the premise from which I write some of my poetry too. I want to send a message and stir people from their complacency. So I'm impeccable with what I say. I'm reminding you this thing is still going on to my people. But you can't have these kind of lyrics, gunman in she hole, and then another one. I even want to say it. It's distasteful.
But I know you have a lot of rappers that cuss plenty too,
But I don't even listen to that.
I mean, I don't listen to it, but it have some of them big. Let me tell you this,
I don't listen to that.
When we go in and we practice it, and them people them have music on, there's only one that are cussing, When they're on the bus and we go in from New Jersey to New York, and them playing things on the bus, is one set of cussing, and it's rap.
Let me tell you something. There's one rapper I like too bad. I wouldn't play him publicly. I play him in my car when I'm going on a long ride. You see Tupac? I just love me some Tupac, right? And unfortunately, he has some songs that he uses profanity in. But you have to listen to Tupac's message. And that's why I just be listening to the message and the rhyming style.
Eugene Julian says the guy speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Here comes Albert again. Albert getting like Arjuna, Every sentence he writes.
Yeah. He's just a Rowley and Trini holes. Oh God.
Every sentence Albert right now, they must have piano in it. Albert, I think you've been talking to Arjuna too long. The reason why people in Trinidad is that way. What way? Which way? Which way Albert talking about?
Have them the way they behave, because some of them lyrics, and I remember singing Francine on stage, well dressed, and delivering she song about why a woman should run from an abusive situation. Right? But these girls go up there, they go up there in the panty and the bra and that calypso. That I'm like, huh?
Diana, at the end of the day, everybody had to make a living on sex sells.
Everything going down. Everything. I see Bob Marley went up on stage, and he always was well clothed, and he message boy.
Was that?
Huh? Okay, good.
What year was that?
Huh?
What year was that?
I didn't care what year it was. But you hear that? I see the Mighty Sparrow. Juke. You want a well-dressed Calypsonian? Huh? Huh? I ain't care about the years, them. You want a well-dressed Calypsonian? Why they can't emulate? You want another well-dressed Calypsonian? Kitschy. They're Mighty Kitchener.
What year was that?
And who I'm sure a lot of them does resort to when they want a tagline. Or what do they call it in music, Tommy?
You want
a sample.
A sample. Or they want to, because I do go to them and I want to hear, I want a rhyming style in my head as a creator. So when you go to create music, you just want a hook line then, or what is, you ever heard about a hook line? Okay. And the rhythm, the beat. So don't tell me they don't draw from the old. Why you can't draw the dressing style from them?
You want Patricia Roberts to go up on the stage and dress like Rose, right?
I find she would look very elegant.
Tommy, you want Patricia Roberts? You want Dexter to go on the stage and dress like Frank?
I find it would look very elegant.
Nyla Blackman to go up on the stage and dress like singing songs.
Nyla Blackman does look nice at certain things. Yeah, I saw her in some nice things. I find it would look very elegant.
Yeah, but there's a different time.
That has nothing to do with time.
Different time. Of course it does.
I can't understand this time thing, boy. Well?
But Diana, that's the truth, though. Times are different.
Different
times. Our kids, the type of things we kids listen to. Like if they come in my car, you can't listen to that in my car. When
so
they go outside, they listen to it.
Why does vulgarity define time? Why does it have to be that? Why can't it be, you know what I'm saying? Why do we have to resort to vulgarity to define times? And lewdness and nakedness.
Why? You know what, Diana? They say the world people have become a lot more liberal.
Top of the hour, Ansler. Answer.
Let's go for a quick station identification. Tommy, go ahead. Finish your point.
People have become a lot more liberal and tolerant of a lot of things that they weren't so liberal and tolerant about in the years past. And think about what I'm saying. For example, gay marriage. I rest my case.
Correct.
Well, be careful how you tread there, because people will be like, hello, you understand? I was born this way. You understand what I'm saying, right? So apparently this has been around a long time and they couldn't come out with it. They had their relationships planned. Go ahead, Anson. Over here, Brett.
Let's go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. It's Stormy, Diana, and Anselm, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. So, Hailey, Judy, Capiza.
Troy Smith coming late. He said, put water in your beer.
Joyce Smith, Albert, Nadia, Eugene Julian, Ken John, Rose, Lana, if you're still there, Ken John, Carice, if you're still there, put closing comments in the chat. Yeah, Diana, let me give you a quick example of how life changes, right? Now, you all know I have a love for running. I love to run. Running is my thing, right? I had a watch, 1999. I paid for the watch, and when I go do workouts, the watch time me just like any other watch. I decided to treat myself. I bought a Garmin watch for $150. And the Garmin watch give you all kind of gadget. It give you how much miles you run, what is your pace for the miles, all kind of things. And it does make a difference. But every time I tend to go back to the 1999 watch. I even went to Target the other day to see if they have them watch. They don't have them no more. They don't even sell them no more. Secondly, I bought a running shoes. It cost $160. Right? And all these people saying, boy, you got to try these shoes. You try these shoes. I tried these shoes for the first time. Which day was that? I think last Friday. And I have to tell you, it makes a big difference with your training. A big, big difference. There's a carbon plate inside the shoes that makes you bounce up and over off the ground. It makes you run faster, right? It makes you train faster. It's just a whole different ball game, right? So now,
you change for the better.
But upgrade. What do you think Deschon doing? Why do you think series?
How is that better? How is that better? Your little girl children seeing up on the stage, they're naked and all kind of. Well, how is that better? Tell me.
Trish Roberts is a global star now. What do you think?
You're supposed to change for better.
Why do you think Trish Roberts is a global star?
She's a global star?
As global as they are. Reggae came on stream after Calypso, and reggae stars do much better financially than Calypso and soca stars.
Yep.
You remember that girl was from the reggae girl. What's her name again, boy?
Patra.
Patra. Oh. Nobody could dress more sexy than Patra.
And she went to Christ.
And Patra was a big star. Big star. When
she went to...
Yeah, but when she had things, she sell out. Let Patra go and try to sell out now.
She and Marcia Griffith and all them, a lot of them went over to the ecclesiasticals, reggae.
Nobody has them with that. But let them go and try to do a concert and sell out now.
But I people could hate me. Me ain't paying no money to go and see Destra up on stage naked. I go and see who I go and see. Stalin gone. I go and see Baron first.
No, you're going to see Rose. Go and see Rose.
Rose, I think Rose there, but I think she was ill the other. I'm gonna see Baron first.
Yeah, you go and see Rose.
So if you see Baron, Alicia Keys or one of our locals, who would you choose?
Alicia Keys and one of your locals?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Alicia Keys. I like certain things she's saying, but I'm not, she doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Capiza is not Patrice Richards, it's Patrice Roberts. Patrice is a big global star.
Yeah, but let us stay big and global. Me ain't paying not one dime to go and see you. Not a dime she gets from me.
Okay.
No, no, she's not getting a dime from me. Them don't do it for me. I'm sorry to say, why does get Jackie? They don't do it for me.
Okay.
I don't do it for me. I go see Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. You see different? Huh?
Bali died many years, moons ago.
I know, right? But what's reminiscent remainder of his? Huh?
VHS. You might have to go and see that on a VHS.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Why you gonna see on a wheelchair? Why you trying to say I can't walk?
He said VHS.
Oh, VHS. I thought you said wheelchair. My ears block up. Who Calypsonia you go and see? Yeah, come to think of it. Who will get my money, Calypso wise, out of my hand to come and see them?
We later?
I telling you right now, I could go and see Patrice Roberts perform any day.
You go and see she. I ain't going and see she. Who you say, Tori?
She had good songs and she could perform.
You go. I said, not my, don't do it for me.
The second nature. The girl could sing and she could perform. And what's that one from Barbados?
Alison Hines?
What? Alison Hines? Could sing.
Yeah. I'll go and see Alison Hines. She have some nice hits that I like.
What about Rihanna?
Oh, yeah, but is that a question? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm going to see Rihanna by the drop of a hat.
She has some raunchy lyrics too, you know.
Well, she has raunchy lyrics. I'm going to see Rihanna at the drop of a hat. Yeah.
Riri.
You going to listen to Crook?
I like Sade, huh?
Kapisa say you going to listen. You going to listen to Crook?
To Crook?
Yeah, Lady Gypsy, huh?
Yeah.
Ring the bell, Lady Gypsy. I will go and see Lady Gypsy first before I go and see Patrice.
Oh,
there you go. Thanks, Troy Smith.
Yeah, but you have a song called. How you going to listen to that?
I'm going to see Lady Gypsy. Lady Gypsy will get my money first before I go and see Patrice Roberts. I'm telling you now. Good.
Yeah.
Sammy Joe could give a reaction.
Who's Sammy Joe?
I never hear about she or he. Who's Sammy Joe? Who's Sammy Joe sing?
Sammy Joe from where?
I don't know.
I know that. I must be a singer from Alaska. Only know who that is.
I'm gonna see Casey and the Sunshine Band this year. I'm gonna see Santana. Here where my money going. Yeah.
Santana is a good concert.
Yeah. I'm gonna see Beres Hammond. All right.
Albert attacking me. He said, answer me your old watches like the P&M. They don't make them again.
Nobody knows Sammy Joe is from Trinidad. Who's Sammy Joe?
Nobody knows
what she said.
Yeah, Capisa. I'll go and see Blue Boy too. Troy Smith excited with me. I'm gonna see Blue Boy. Yeah, I'm a boy.
What you wanna know what I was singing? Come on, man. I was singing soca. Troy Smith, what you wanna know? I was singing soca, put water in your beer. Oh God, that's a good one. That I want new song, put water in your beer. I like that one.
I'm glad I saw Kitchener when he was alive. I'm glad I see the Mighty Sparrow when he was able and up and moving around on stage. I'm glad I get to see Short Shirt, Swallow, Shadow. I'm glad I got to see Baron live. It's still, he's still around. Who else? You name the Calypsonians. I saw Explainer.
Aslam. You used to go to the Gardens for Mother's Day show every Mother's Day?
Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I used to go and watch.
Yeah.
I saw Marshall when he was a little youngster and first came on the stage at Madison Square Garden.
That was a big thing, man.
But I'll tell you all something, and all you don't get vexed with me, Marshall is the next one that don't do it for me. If you give me a free ticket to go and see him, I'm not going. I'm not going. Doesn't do. I don't know why. From way back, I'm like, okay, I doesn't. It's not catchy. I don't know what it is. It's just it doesn't do it for me.
How about Farmer Nappy?
What Farmer Nappy saying now?
And you put all my clothes by the in a garbage bag.
Yeah, that catchy.
But you have a
I
few.
wouldn't pay to go see.
In backyard, you have backyard jam.
I wouldn't pay to go see. I'll pay to go see Baron.
Yeah, Baron is good.
Yeah.
Baron voice holds well through the years.
That's right. That's why I pay my money go in. I'm gonna pay to see Baron. Well, you could keep all the rest of them. Put Baron and Lady Gypsy in a show. I over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, folks, it's always a pleasure in the village with that triplet. Hey, Hailey, I'm gonna play Sammy Joe, Cool and Calm, 2022 soca. I never heard of Sammy Joe.
Me neither. Yeah, David Rudder. Yeah, Capiza. Yeah, you call some Calypsonians to me. Yeah.
Yeah, Rudder in concert is a good concert.
Oh, yeah. But listen, a male different from females.
Well, Diana, you go see Brigo. Who's Brigo?
Brigo died.
Yeah, Brigo died.
What Brigo sing? Give me again.
I don't remember what Brigo sang.
Capiza, yeah, we all know David's impediment. You don't have to highlight it.
So, Tommy, closing comments?
Tomorrow is Dr. King's birthday, official birthday, and this is Dr. King's weekend. So I'll say this to honor Dr. King. I'll say, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But just keep moving. And we'll keep moving till we get to that better place, especially in Trinidad. Everyone have a good weekend, whatever is left of it. Be safe. And we'll see you back here in the village on Tuesday, God willing. Love you all.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, I'm writing a piece, right? And I just will give you 2 lines, and for Black History Month, right? And I'm really highlighting the black man and his struggles, And one of the lines says, "I'm tired." The poem is called "I'm tired of the normalization and the legitimization of structural racism. I'm tired of the repeated stress of the maladies that cause physical, mental, and spiritual on me. So those are just things I'm talking about in my poem. It's about the black man and being tired. He's tired and he's fed up. Your global ambassador and your poet bidding you auf Wiedersehen. Good night, people. Stay safe. And I'm not feeling so well, but I hung in there. All right, bye.
Okay. And Tommy, I wanted to do likewise with respect to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King says, your life ends the day you remain silent about things that matter. Martin Luther King also said, you don't have to see all the flights in the staircase, you only have to see the first flight. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you, same WZYE time, same WZYE time. And Hailey, I think you should end on this fantabulous statement that you make. I really think this is really. I'm tired of black people in power who are worthless and no good. Right, Hailey? That's a fantabulous statement, Ali. Full 100. I want that. I will read a letter to your closing comment, if you don't mind. Eugene Julian says, life is not a competition. Stop trying to be better than everyone. Because you pass on the way to the top, there will be on your way down. Because who you pass on your way to the top will be there on your way down. There you go, Eugene. Thank you very much. Uh, Albert Montano says, always do your best in anything you do, and a good name cannot be bought. It is good to serve your country, but never expect anything in return. Albert, that's true, but times change, boy. Hailey says, we can do better, and better can be done. The choice is ours. Good night, one love. Thank you, Hailey. Nadia says, blessed night, everyone. Stay safe. It's a new day, a new week, new opportunities for all. God bless. Let me see if there's any other one. Albert Montano says, good night, Ansem, Diana, and Tommy. Oh, look, even Nadia get vexed. Nadia says, Imsburg, we tired of you. Oh, God. Hailey said,
All they gave me motion for me. I didn't pick the right words to say, but all they gave me things for me tired, the right verse. All they gave me things for me tired poem, boy. And Tommy, it's about a man writing in his diary, a black man. And guess what his name is?
Tommy.
Hey, Diana, what did you say about, did you say something about Rose?
No, but when she said love, darling, and whatever, I said, don't call me no darling,
What do you mean by that?
No, when she said goodnight, love, and she was calling you love and calling Tommy darling and whatnot. So I tease her. Hold on. I tease her and tell her, don't call me no darling, And then I'll tell her I love you.
Oh, she called me sweetheart, and I let her know that my heart is still sweet.
We would just kick it off each other. I don't know. But off air, I will speak to you, though.
Rose, pleasant night to you, my darling.
That's why I tell her I love her.
And to you, Nadia, and to you, Takesha, and to you, Miss Coover, and to you, who else again? Judy.
But I didn't see Lana, my lover, in the village tonight with Lana.
She was in earlier, I think.
She was in earlier? Oh, okay.
To Judy, to
Carice as well.
Carice.
She was?
Carice as well, and Judy too. Okay, folks, so we're going to go out with Hailey wants us to play Sammy Joe, a soca by Sammy Joe. Cool and calm. I want to thank Hailey for bringing soca singer stars, because many of us didn't know of soca. Sammy Joe. So Sammy Joe, gonna make you popular in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM, courtesy of Hailey. So here we go, folks. This is Sammy Joe, courtesy Hailey.
Yeah, I feel like that. Living slowly. I was lost for a moment, trapped in time, but I found my home. Cool and calm, yeah, we're there. Down. correctional facility. Like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't hold this way. We just can't hold this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't hold this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't hold this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't hold this way. Oh, we just